So now these are just some rules of productivity that is really important. And one of the most important things of productivity is not caring about what people think, right? And not just not giving an F, pretty much, if I can be honest. It's important to care about. We only have so much energy, and it's important to put our energy in things that really mean something for us. Like, for example, like we shouldn't care about what others think or the person down the road or the opinions of others, especially if they're putting us down, right? We shouldn't care about that. But for example, like I think it was last year, my mom got scammed by someone. It was horrible. And that's some I got quite angry about it and I wanted to do something about it and things like that. And I wanted to help. And I really gave an F about that. And so that's something good to put your energy in, for example, or for every like if you with your work, a lot of ladies with double digit coaching are really caring individuals and they have caring roles that they put our energy into. So we just have to be really careful of the energy and the productivity. So the three things to consider with productivity is like, what am I consuming? Is this adding value to me? Okay. Now, something that I decided to stop doing for a while ago is to stop listening to the radio because I felt half the time they're just talking about rubbish that didn't even really matter. And another thing was the news, because we used to get upset with the news, and there was nothing I could do to help the situation. So I chose not to get upset about it, and being able to just okay, well, me consuming this isn't serving me, and it's not helping anyone. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why I decided to stop consuming the news. The other thing is create. So yeah, with create, quite a few people joining, which is really cool. So like, is this helping me to become happier? Is this adding value into my life? If so, keep doing it. If not, distance yourself away from it or find something else or slowly find something else that you're passionate about. Okay. So, like, for example, with me, before I was a personal trainer at a gym, I worked like other jobs that were minimum wage, and I didn't really like them, but I needed to do them until I had enough clients to make the transition. And then with when I was over the gym, I was had to still work there a year or two before I could get double digit coaching off the ground. And connection, like, do you connect with the people that you're around? Is it time to audit your friend circle or your circle of influence? I recently had to have a circle of influence audit. And being honest, after I did it and decided to distance myself from certain individuals, I felt it served me, but I think it also served them as well, which was great. And so sometimes distancing yourself from people that can be the best thing. And invest in things that make you go further, that moves the needle. So 0 to 1, a 1 to 2, whatever that may be. So you guys have all invested into yourself, which is the greatest investment that you can make with double digit coaching. So that's awesome. And that'll help you move the needle forward, which is great. Okay. And the next one is really important. And I feel like every lady that signs up to double digit coaching finds this really challenging, is saying yes to you and no to others. Or if something isn't a hell yes, then maybe avoid doing it. Like if someone wants you to go on a trip with them or they want you to go out and it doesn't excite you going out with them, but you just feel bad, maybe it's time to say no, okay? Or maybe you're doing your kids washing and they're like 20 or whatever. Maybe it's time to be like, okay, son or daughter, It's time, and putting those boundaries in place. Because one of the reasons why people struggle with their weight, I've noticed, is because they don't have the boundaries that are needed. And then it becomes a challenge. Cool. And then the next one is perfection, or being perfect is the best friend of procrastination. Nothing can ever be perfect, right? If we were perfect, we wouldn't evolve, and there won't be any point to life. Like, yes, it's important to do things to a standard, but it's impossible to be perfect. And a lot of the time, when people want to be perfect, it's just they end up procrastinating. It's like an artist, right? They work on this piece for like all their life and it never gets done. Um, type of thing, the blank canvas. Or it could be, rules around TV is another one. Only watch TV with other people are around, and make sure that you have times away from your phone as well. So no screen time. What I try to do sometimes, because obviously I work on the online space, is that I try to leave my phone in the office when I'm doing family time. And it's really good. Yeah, really good thing to do. Can't highly recommend that enough. And and then if you're someone that watches a lot of TV and want to change that and want to be more productive, like read more or whatever, then definitely put some rules and boundaries around TV. And the next one is the go first rule and getting out of your comfort zone. Like what I used to do in the past, if I saw someone that I haven't seen in a long time, I would avoid them, for example, or I see someone from school or whatever. But then, sometimes it's good to get out of a comfort zone and just put ourselves out there, right? And if you have an idea and if you want to do something, go try it. Like for example, with me, I put off like doing boxing for years or martial arts, just because I don't know why I kept on procrastinating about it. But as soon as I did it, I felt so much better. So now, if I feel like doing something, I just do it. Okay. Now, this is the 80-20 principle, which is also um, the principle that they use around nutrition, which is pretty funny. So 80% nutrition, 20% exercise, but it goes for everything in life. Like, so with 80% of the results comes from like 20% of what we're actually doing. And I remember there's times in my life where I've tried to do 1,000 different things, tried to do 1,000 different things with double digit coaching, or tried to do heaps of different things at once, or heaps of different sports at once. And I found that it was actually only a small percentage of the things were getting me the results. And so if you can double down on the things that are working, and if you can find the 20%, then you're able to do a heck of a lot better. Therefore, if you're going to save a lot of time. Um, and yeah, and then also, I think it's also important to making milestones. So every 2 to 3 months, make time for you or do something special for you. It could be like a trip away, it could be a staycation, it could be like every 3 months you get a massage, whatever it may be. And so like kind of like a write-off day every 2 to 3 months, but to making sure that it's something that is not going like going on like an eating binge write off isn't a good idea because it's not going to serve you and it's going to cause more damage than good. And and just remember, it's always the journey before the destination. What you'll be most proud of is the journey that you go on, not the results. Cool, yes, it would be cool when you get to 90 kilos or whatever it may be, but you'll be more proud of yourself that you didn't stop when you're 120 kilos and you kept on going, you kept on pushing, and you kept on moving forward. The goal is just simply a compass. Okay. And and so and you already have everything that you need. The answers are in your head. It's just about putting those boundaries in place, okay? And putting those boundaries in place and just keep on going. And then soon you'll realize them. That's what we're here for Double Digits, is that we're here to ask you the right type of questions for our coaching so you realize it. Um, and everything in life is you can figure out, right? And that's what life's about. It's just about learning and growing. And you might not have the knowledge around nutrition yet, or the training around nutrition yet, or the mindset, but that's the whole point. We grow, we grow, we grow, and we keep on moving forward, and we aim for the 1%. You'll figure it out, or all your goals in life, you'll figure it out eventually, as long as one thing is that you don't give up. Okay. And I believe also happiness is really misunderstood. Like a lot of people are like, I'll be happy when I'm this body fat or this weight, or I am gonna be happy when I get this type of car or this type of house or this type of of work or whatever it may be. But happiness is more of just being grateful of of the now and what you have. I'm a huge believer that happiness is also like a choice, that I'm gonna choose to actually enjoy my existence. And then yeah, and just remember the goals are just simply of a compass. Um cool. And then just remember to also define your values and what values stand for you. So we've gone over like creating values a lot of the time, but finding values that suit you. So, for example, my values is love, health, impact, innovation, and freedom. So those are my 5 values, and I can name them off the top of my head decently well. So just finding your values and what sits with you well, and trying your best to live by them, then that's going to make you obviously happy, right? Because you're living by your values. Okay. And and yeah, and in saying that though, um sorry, I lost my slide. I lost my notes. um and just remember, sometimes things aren't going to go your way, and that's okay. And it's just all about learning from it. And usually when things don't go our way, that's where we can have the most growth. Okay. And it's really important. And I talked about this last week or the week before, that comparison is the thief for joy. Okay. And so you might be looking at someone in the group and they're getting amazing results. You're like, oh man, like I wish I was getting those type of results. It's a really dangerous mindset to get in. If someone's winning, be like, cool, that's really motivating, and just kind of leave it there. But if we get too much into comparison thing of that, it'll take our joy away, and everyone has their own battles and their struggles. Okay. So yeah, and just remember, success always starts with failure, and just embrace it. And yeah, and just keep on uh moving forward. It's pretty much that. So I hope you enjoyed the rules of